Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Pedro and Hannibal podcast. This avatar right here, that's you see this little bubble coming up, that's Hannibal. And the guy with the real cam is Pedro. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, man? Hey, you're not moving. Are you frozen? Like I see a little face,
Come
but
on,
no movement.
I look like this all the time. Just a stupid looking grin.
What's
So,
up,
all
man?
right, yeah. So, guys, your boy is sick, and I was too lazy to go to the basement, so I just sat here I'm on the couch watching the Knicks beat the Bulls by 5 points, third
Well,
quarter.
I didn't. Thanks for mentioning that. I didn't know that was happening. Okay.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
that's how I had to let you know, making sure that you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm doing that. I'm just chilling on the couch, uh, and also I'm blowing my nose a lot. It would have been disgusting. So that's why I decided let me just sit up here and the good looks is over there, Pedro. So in fact, he should just be the one guy just on the screen. To be honest, like no
No,
one's
let's
gonna
let's
see.
not let's not do that. Let's not do that. Listen,
You do
I
that
love.
every week. You do it every day.
I do. You're right. I love and appreciate your dedication.
Professionalism, man. Because
Professionalism is
right?
on point. So
Thank
everybody,
you.
please, two claps and a woo and a something in the chat for our boy Hannibal, our showrunner. And I hope you feel better tomorrow, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think in a few days I'll be fine. It's just like a lot of coughing, a lot of blowing nose. My
Yeah.
throat is not hurting, but it's like scratchy. It's just a whole thing. But I want to talk about something really quick as a pertaining why I'm sick. So
Mm.
Kevin Samuels, I think Andrew Tate, they're all right. Don't get married. So let me explain. So a couple of days last week, right?
Damn, he
Christmas.
came in hot.
Yeah, don't get married, guys. Don't do it. Just don't bother. So Christmas Day, actually, a couple days before Christmas, my lady comes down with strep throat.
Oh,
Strep throat. And you know what she did? Do you? Well, you don't know yet. Can I tell you? All week she's, can you hold me? Come over here. I need you. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And you know how she rewards me?
she
By
got you
getting me
sick.
sick. Now
She
I
got
got
you sick.
AIDS. Yeah, I'm all messed up. So don't get married
Let's.
because if you were single, this wouldn't happen. So
So you're saying so what I this is all I heard, Hannibal. Okay,
yes,
this is what I heard. I heard your lady wasn't feeling good. She had strep throat.
yeah,
Right? You know that sucks, right? Right?
yeah,
Anybody that's had that sucks. And she needed her man to take care of her. So it
yeah,
sounded like you stepped up and was holding her, making her feel good.
yeah.
And now, and now,
She just gave me the finger just now.
okay, and now it sounds like you're being a little bitch, and
Yeah,
you're blaming
I
her.
hate being sick. I hate it. Like I really,
Listen,
really hate it.
bro,
I'd
I'm
rather
the
get
same way.
beat up than be sick. Like beat me up.
When I don't feel well, if it's really bad, I am the biggest baby. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do nothing. And then once I do start feeling a little better and I start moving around, it helps. But yeah, man, I'm the one telling my girl, babe, I need you to rub my back. Like that's how I am when I don't feel good. So I feel you, man. I
Oh,
feel
see, me being a real man, I don't actually rub anything. You know what I'm saying? I just deal with it, dog. That's how I
you.
do.
You just complain about it
I just complain. That's true.
though.
Yeah,
Just
so that's one of the reasons because I'm blowing my nose a lot, and no one wants to see that. So that's why and also I'm just lazy. First reason, laziness. Second, the blowing your nose, and I can mute if I'm coughing too much. So,
yeah.
but I'm here. We're gonna talk. Actually, it's
Okay.
nice to get your mind off of being sick by doing live streams. So that's another reason. We got two in a row. I didn't want to cancel after we had a really good show yesterday. I
Yeah.
know, talking about Eli and whatnot, which is interesting. I think he moved on. Like I don't recall him saying anything about us. I think he moved on. He has his live stream chat, his live stream memberships.
Good for
So
him.
the cult's flying through, and that's how most cults do. They consolidate the members, and they say shut everyone else out.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
good
yeah,
riddance if that's the case. I'm not going to look out for information if it comes my way. I'll listen, but at the end of the day, it won't last long. That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong, but
yeah, yeah.
I'm good
I
with it.
don't,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he's pretty much done. But yeah, man. So uh, we have a topic here now. This one is really interesting.
Let me
But
before you bring that up,
yeah,
I want to say what's up to the people. So I see Lee in the building, my man Big Carl, Bodacious, Giggity, Giggity. Appreciate y'all for being here. And if you're here and you're watching, say what's up in the chat. All right, Hannibal, go ahead.
yeah. So before we get into that story, it's coming out of England. So it's not. Maybe I should have put that in there. This is not the USA with this
Yeah.
scholarship. But we'll get into that. But let's talk some sports real quick, man. Like,
Yeah.
been watching what you excited for the weekend? Any bets going? You want to go to?
Listen. I'm not betting, but we have, and shout out to Dina. I see Coach as well in here. Thanks, guys. So there's a big game on Sunday with playoff implications for only one team. There's another big game with playoff implications for both. I'll get into the first one that's not as important to me, but more important to the NFL. Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins. The winner of that game gets the 2 seed. Buffalo wins, they get the 2. Miami wins, they get the 2. Buffalo loses, and other things happen, they get the 6 seed. So they're either a 2 or a 6, or Buffalo could lose. Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh wins. Buffalo is out. So Buffalo is going to either, with a win, be a number 2 seed and host a playoff game, or be completely out of the playoffs. That's going to be a great game.
Wow.
And Miami trying to play for the 2 seed. And then you have my Chicago Bears playing the Green Bay Packers, a team that we never beat, a team that we lost to on opening night.
Yeah, Jordan Love lit them up.
If we beat the Packers are not in the playoffs. This is our Super Bowl. The Bears are red hot right now. A lot of things are happening, a lot of talk, a lot of buzz. Justin Fields will be our quarterback. We will trade, but we'll still draft Marvin Harrison. That's going to happen. The prospects of the Chicago franchise are looking up. But if we lose, the offseason isn't going to be as fun because you're going to go out on a sour note to your rival. So that's the game I'm going to be watching. I'm going to turn the phone off. I'm going to watch every second of it. So big playoff games, kind of playoff games before the playoffs. So very excited for that. The only other sports thing that I want to talk about, because we talk WNBA and college hoops here. We've talked about it before. Caitlin Clark, the little chick from Iowa, hit a buzzer beater from, I don't know, 60 feet.
She threw that one. She took a step back and threw it.
Dude, that's
like Steph Curry type range.
Absolutely. So really cool to see that. She's balling out. I saw a stat real quick. I don't want to bore y'all with the sports talk, but in the last 15 or 25, anyways, in the last, I think it was 15 years, there was only 2 people in the world that has either played WNBA, NBA, or NCAA men's or women's basketball D1 that have put up like 1,000 in a 15 game stretch. Is what it is. So in the last 15 games of anybody in the last ever, actually, LeBron James and Caitlin Clark are the only 2 players that have scored in a 15 game span 1,000 points, like 400 assists, 400 rebounds, 100 steals, and something else. 2 people. That's crazy, bro. So she's balling out.
Do you think she can save the WNBA? Like, can she get people to watch? Because no one's watching. But she has. I don't know. I feel like if I saw her playing, I would stop to watch. But I have to turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's on, I would watch her play. So I'm wondering if that could find a way to get some more eyeballs on.
I don't know. I mean, the ratings last year for the women's Final Four was higher than the men. That hasn't happened ever. That I'm aware of.
No.
I think regardless of the team she goes on, there's going to be a little bump. But the WNBA is it's not very fun to watch. I think college basketball for women's is better. For some reason, I'm not sure. But
what's the difference?
I don't know. I don't know what it is, man.
Professional women should play better in the college, so like the product should be elevated. Compared, like I'm not a big college basketball fan, mostly because I don't know. There's too many teams. I can't keep up. I don't know what I should be watching. So like unless it's like a prospect everyone's talking about, but for the WNBA, like I don't know. Just like I said before, I know you disagree with me. They need to lower the rim. The ball is smaller. The line is shorter to the basket. Lower the rim.
They can. Because it's not. It's going to mess up people's shots. It's not. I don't think they could do that.
No one is watching. You might as well change it up.
If anything, what's going to happen is if the league could just be gone in 10 years. That's possible. They're not making money. The NBA pays a lot of their whatever, but that's possible. Or they just do it in lingerie. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we have one of those.
No, I'm good on that one. No, I've seen many of them. No, I'm good. There's a few though. There's a few.
There's a few.
I'm like,
There's enough.
all right, but
it's fine.
Nah, I'm good.
Hey,
Now,
you're bored. You're bored on a Wednesday night after doing a podcast. You turn ESPN on. You see that? You're gonna watch a little bit, bro. You're gonna watch a little bit.
Listen, you know me. I was a fan of the lingerie football league, and that worked. And they were hitting each other too. Like it wasn't even playing around. So we'll see. It would be nice if she did find a way to revitalize that entire league. I guess I'm assuming drama needs to be there.
Yes, and that's what the thing about the NCAA is. There's a little drama. The LSU storyline this year has been crazy. They got the Haley Van Lith chick from Louisville. She's a baller, and they got the wild coach. The Angel Reese girl took a couple weeks off.
What was that about? Her grades or just some behavioral stuff?
Who knows? She's all on social media. She's making so much money on the NIL front and social media. So like there's with college basketball and Caitlin Clark being as good as she is and from Iowa, and there's other teams. UConn's always in the news. South Carolina, Dawn Staley. They just have more star power, which is weird in college right now than they do in the WNBA. And they got a little bit of drama. Then you have all the alums that follow. When you go to a college, that alum money and that following is big.
It's big. It may be bigger than the WNBA, it seems.
It is. Yeah, WNBA hasn't been around as long as the college universities have. So you have more fans of those college teams than you do the WNBA teams. That's why I think it's more popular. I saw that shot and I was like, damn, that's Steph Curry.
No, that was a Steph Curry
shot.
Stepped back. She took the ball. I think they threw it to the kid because which is interesting. Why they didn't have like all four of them guarding that chick, but at the same time, it was a close game. It was only by I think it was tied, right?
It was tied.
They couldn't double, but
tied.
You kind of have to double, man. Right? Like you could triple that chick.
But in basketball, it's easier said than done because you feel like if you do that, then there's somebody open. You don't want to give somebody a wide open shot, right? But at the end of the day, you can't let her get the ball in her hands. She's done
anybody but her. Anybody.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Did you see the John Morant dunk on Wemby?
I did. That was crazy, man.
It was so smart. Like it was such a smart move. Like he may be done with guns and shit, but the way he used his speed, he had the quickness. Wemby, I don't know. I feel like Wemby could have put some more effort in. I don't know if he was just lost because.
Yeah, how does he not block that? Right? I mean,
I think he was surprised, first of all, how quickly he was able to jump up in the air. Yeah. And it was just the speed, man. He kind of came all the way around to the inside of the basket and dunked it on him. But I feel like Wemby was just, I don't know, seemed a little weird, but the play was amazing. John Morant is just phenomenal basketball player, man.
He's been really good since he's been back. He's been really good, and he's very fast, and he gets up real quick. It's good to see him playing again at a high level and without the distractions and all the BS. So it's good for basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't bet on it. I feel like is there any other time that you can do something stupid? Right now they're playing the Raptors and losing by 5 in the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left.
Yeah,
but we'll see, man. But the NBA, it's interesting. There were some reports that the in-season tournament wasn't as it was a small bump in viewership, but not significant. But I still think it's still a great idea. And a bump is a bump at this point. I mean, football is this one thing that it doesn't matter what's happening. People are going to watch the NFL. It's, but a small bump, I think it was like 5%. It's something that I think they can grow on because I thought the in-season tournament was cool. There's one dude, I forgot the guy's name. He's played for the Lakers. He took the $500K, brought his mama home.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's some of those guys, that was like doubling their income, right? So for a couple of guys or a significant chunk. So I think it's great. I know LeBron referenced it. Hey, we got some young guys on here. They ain't making what we making, so we trying to win it for them. So I think that's it's a good teammate. What I would like to see in the upcoming years, if they continue it, is, and if you win the in-season tournament, you're probably a pretty good team, right? I mean, you're a good team, right? Both the Pacers and the Lakers and the other teams are all going to probably be in the playoffs. I'd like to see if you win the in-season, it gets you an automatic bid to the playoff.
That'll be kind of cool.
You're automatically in, right?
You make them play harder too.
Yeah. And I think that they should add that little twist to it, just to incentivize the players to really, go, play significant minutes and games in a time when a lot of these guys might be resting, or hey, I'm in Charlotte this weekend and I'm gonna chill. Fans pay good money to see you play, so
Yeah.
I think they could continue adding some things to it. It could be good long term.
Yeah, the whole load management thing just needs to stop
Yeah.
because if older athletes in the 90s, the ones that we grew up watching, you would get a card. Right? I used to collect basketball cards, and you're flipping around, and you'll see their stats, and many times you'll see 82, 82, 82, 82, and then some sport, some players you'll be like, you look at him like 79, 60, 50. Hey, what's going on? This guy breaking down? No one plays all the games. I don't know how you force them to play. If they hurt, they hurt. You can milk an injury. Kawhi was accused of that. I don't know. I don't know how they stop that or incentivize. Again, maybe like you said, if the player is able to play collectively a certain percentage, something happens for them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Luxury tax is something that can incentivize them to play games, man. Like you're right. It's too expensive to go to a game and the player that you want to see is sitting out. That's just
Man.
Come on.
I took my nephew last year, as you know, like we went to Memphis, right? Drove to Memphis. I got him last Christmas. I got him tickets for his for Christmas, and he likes Ja Morant. He likes Luka. So I was like, all right, well, Dallas is playing in Memphis this day. I'll make the tickets then. He gets to see Luka and Ja. That'd be fantastic. Neither one of them played. Ja was suspended.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving was on Dallas. He didn't play, and then Luka was hurt or something. So it's like, yeah, when you pay big money, even if it's not big money, pay any money, and you want to see, somebody play, they should play more games. They should want to play more games,
Yeah, because I would like one thing I would like to change is reduce the amount of games, but they'll never do that because that's money. But I felt like the reason why we all argued, we talked about this thousands of times. NFL works because it's only a few games. Every game is important. Like right now, I say several teams. Except the Giants, they're pretty much done. But anyway, every game matters. So even if 7 and like 10-6, 7 and 9, the Bears are able to still do something. Going back to that real quick. So who you think is going to win? What does your head say?
For the Bears Packers?
Yeah.
The Bears gotta win.
That's not what I asked you.
Yeah. Man, they're hotter right now than the Packers are. They're playing better football. The defense since week 7 has been most turnovers in the NFL since week 7. Yeah. The Bears are playing better on both sides of the ball. I think the Bears are going to win because of momentum.
Yeah, they're playing in Lambeau.
Yeah, but I think they're going to win because they've got that on their side. Now the Packers have more to play for because they can actually make the playoffs. But I think the way Justin Fields has been playing and leading his team, I think the Bears are going to come out and win. I don't think they're going to lose to him twice. They remembered that opening night loss, and it wasn't
how bad was the loss?
They lost
blowout or close.
Yeah. So I think they remember that in Chicago when a lot of people were on the Chicago bandwagon. I expect the Bears to come out hot. I expect them to force a turnover or two. They've been doing that just about every week. So I think the Bears are going to win. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Bears fan. I'm looking at the last 2 months. They played better than the Packers have.
Yeah, we'll see. The rare Carson Wentz, hilarious. Oh, real quick, the big three. I thought they kind of took a break. Is it done? Like the league is over?
I'm not sure. Big Carl's referencing that. I know they were doing some things last year, right? But maybe they took.
Well, according to Ice Cube, the NBA isn't trying to help. Like they're not there to help, which is silly. It doesn't affect them in any way. It just promotes the league. It happens during the summer. Oh, so it's still around.
It does.
It's still around, but it's just weird that the NBA should embrace it, but I guess there's no money coming in their pockets, so they're like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, I don't know if there was a current player that played or wanted to play, and then Ice Cube had a problem with the NBA having an issue with that. So I don't know if that's why they aren't seeing, eye to eye.
Makes sense. You may not want your player to play in a different league and get themselves hurt, and it's so I understand that, but I love seeing Charles Oakley with all that gray beard, gray hair playing. Man, that shit was hilarious. I loved it. Or
I mean,
what was another dude that was balling? Joe Johnson was balling.
Joe Johnson was on it. They had Iverson was on that for a while. He played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But he,
I mean,
he kind of like he didn't
big
play a whole lot, but yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Oh, they had big names: Mike Bibby, AI, Joe
Another
Johnson.
dude that was what was it? Katil Mobley was balling. Like there was a few of
Mobley.
those players.
Old ass was playing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
the kid Abdul Shareem. His name was Chris Jackson.
no, he looked exactly the same except just gray.
He did. He was good. He was good.
That's a man that's taking care of his body. Because you see Raymond Felton. I don't know if you guys know who Raymond Felton is. He used to play for the Knicks. He is quite chunky right now, which is fun. Listen, we're all getting a little chunky.
He's a big boy.
As you see, but you see if my avatar face, this picture I took the other day, you see how skinny and fit I look? So just got, just let you know.
400 burritos ago, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, probably. This is back in my W-2. This was a picture for the company website for the boarding facility that I worked for.
Dog place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a legit picture. I've never had like a professional photo taken, man, ever. I need that. I need something good like
dude, I don't know if you don't know who this is or who you are, but you're like an influencer now. So you gotta take dumb pictures of you looking away at things or sitting down looking at the floor or like act like you're walking.
I do that enough like in my car and they all look silly. I'm like, I ain't doing it for real. I'll just pretend. I'm better.
I'll hire somebody, hire a professional.
Nah, I'm good. I'm broke and I'm cheap, so I'm good. I ain't doing it.
Wait a minute. So this is totally irrelevant. No one's going to understand what I'm saying. But I'm gonna ask you, for solo, you didn't get like a professional, like, so somebody didn't take a picture of you for the solo stuff?
No. Moves but I was supposed to, and I never did. And that one event we did, but solo has no. I don't think no.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. I'm hooking you up. I'm hooking you with a photographer. We're gonna get some professional photos.
Y'all heard it here first. Hannibal said it.
I mean, you can put on different outfits. Get the vibe right.
I'm 42. I wear the same 5 outfits, bro. I wear the same 5 outfits. I wore a new shirt the other day, and my girl's like, "What are you doing? You going somewhere nice?" Like, it's like, "No, what are you?" Like,
that's low key trying to play.
yeah. She's like, "What are you saying?" Like, what? Because I wear the same. I wear hoodies and t-shirts. Like, that's what I wear. I feel like you're kind of the same way. Like, you just wear regular. I
wear what makes me comfortable, which it's a bit insulting. Especially good thing I don't work at W2 anymore, because one of the insults that I remember to this day, and when I came to work, and a 17-year-old kid, he was working there. His name is Mikey, and he looked at me and said, "Hey, what's up, Hannibal? You look comfortable."
Damn.
I was like, "What do you mean?" I looked down because you just jump in the car and jump to the work, and I was like, "Yeah, I do look terrible." No Crocs back then either. It's just sweatpants and I don't know, holy shirt, whatever.
The Crocs would make you look more comfortable, right? Crocs make you look super comfortable, I think.
Yeah. I operate 90% of my day wearing Crocs.
Man.
Taking care of the animals, editing a video, avoiding my wife. I use the Crocs to get me where I need to go.
Or you put them in sport mode when you got to run.
Sport mode is when you lift the hatches in the back so you get that ankle support, so you still can't run in those though. I would not suggest. Do not run in them Crocs. You're going to hurt yourself.
We were on that cruise a couple weeks back, and there was a basketball court there, and people were playing. And I didn't get in it. I went and played last year when we went, but this year I didn't. A lot of people want to play. It's just too much going on. But there's people out there playing ball in Crocs, and I'm looking like, how was that? Yeah. The trust that you have when you're playing basketball at full speed, 5-on-5, and you're wearing Crocs. I could never, man.
Yeah, that's a small kid thing because small kids do stupid stuff. But if you're a grown adult, really should, because you can hurt yourself, ankle, Big time. Now you out there, you're supposed to be on a cruise ship chilling. Now you injured. Yeah, come on, it don't make any sense. Okay, let me see if there's anything other than that I wanted to talk about in terms of the sports. No, that's about it. We really start talking about some combat sports, man. Like, it's been a minute since I actually paid attention. I know Devontae Wilder got beat up again, so that ship has sailed.
That's like 2 or 3 in a row he's lost, I believe.
Yeah, this is what he didn't get knocked out. He just got beat the whole. He got beat the whole fight, which is, I don't know if it's worse, but I think with him, he started boxing at a very old age. Like, I think he may have started in his 20s or something. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, he started Like he didn't start like Floyd at, I don't know, 1 or something. And I think he had the power, but I don't know, the boxing skills. I think that's why Tyson Fury was able to tag and get him. And then now he seems like he has a, I'm not saying a glass chin, but he's been knocked out a few times.
Yeah.
So
He's, I mean, he has a crazy power punch. He's got crazy power. He's
yeah, that's what people. Yeah, powers. He's a strong boy, man.
Yeah.
But I guess we could jump right into our subject. We got nothing but silicone in here. What the hell is this? Skin color should have nothing to do with scholarships. Give them to those most deserving. I don't like diversity hires at the place either. So let's just jump in it real quick.
Let's get into it because I think Bud Soder asked about it earlier, and I think this is something that I'm aware of. So I'm new to this. So Hannibal, I'm going to follow you. Give my real reaction to this story or whatever's happening. So
so let me type out the story real quick. So this is happening in the UK actually, and it's interesting because like with nothing but silicone said, it should not be based on race, right? But what about culture? There's a lot of scholarships based on you being Native American or something, or I don't know, Irish. I'm assuming
there's
so like.
For a lot of different ethnic groups, from what I'm there's a lot of different, and some of them might be $500, right? Some of these aren't full ride scholarships, but there's a lot of things as a high school person, as a high school kid, you can apply for based on a lot of different, based on your background or your environment or your whatever, your grades. There's so many scholarship opportunities out there in America.
Yeah. So this one is the University of Bradford. I'm not familiar. Planned scholarship for white working class males. So they will receive. There's only 4 students right now. Receive $400 a month or £400 a month towards living costs. The white working class males currently represent only 1.7 of the University of Bradford student body compared to the higher education sector average. So white working class males are not going to school. So they are saying that this can help those people who are struggling. So this is not just, I can't say regular white people, but people who are struggling. So my question to you is, when you read this, and I haven't really checked out any responses, but I'm assuming it's on TikTok, people are upset because people are like, what the fuck? But what's your thoughts when you see this, working class whites? And it's interesting, they made sure to say that, not just white males, but white working class males getting an extra $400 or £400 per month to help them in their schooling. What's your thoughts on that?
Let me ask you a question. When in the UK, is working class used in a different way than it is in America, or is it the same?
I feel like working class is similar. It's blue collar, or lower income. So you're kind of struggling. You maybe having some issues paying your rent arrears. I think they call it rent arrears.
But they have to be white.
Well, for this one, and I think they say they do have initiatives for other ethnicities too.
Got it. So basically, and they don't have a lot of working class white males at the school, and they want their attendance to go up in that demographic, correct?
Oh, sorry, I was muted because I was coughing. Yes, correct. So, and then right here they said the offered scholarship for Black and ethnic minority students, so they have something there as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, should this happen here? Should some blue collar white people who are? I mean, I don't know the stats on top in front of me, but a lot of us are struggling, regardless of race or ethnic group. But do you have a problem with culture or race-based scholarship? Because there's a lot of Black scholarships, a lot of scholarships that you can apply for.
There are Native American, if you're Hispanic, if you're Asian, if you're Middle Eastern, there's a lot. There are a lot of benefits when it comes to scholarships if you're not white. I think we can agree with that, right? I think we can definitely agree with that. I think there's reasons for that. This reminds me, I can't help but think of affirmative action, which I believe started back in like the late 70s, early 80s. Don't quote me on that, right? To where job sites were incentivized, but then also they, looked at two applicants, and if the guy was black and one guy was white, the black guy might have got the job,
Yeah,
right?
I guess the theory, the idealistic way is if a black guy and a white guy have the same credentials,
Yes.
you go with the black guy because black people are trying to catch up. I mean, that's the
Yep.
theory, right? Black people have been put behind in 400 years, all that stuff. So,
Yep.
but the problem is it's still discriminating towards someone.
It is. So
So
I think it's almost ironic to me that are we trying to be making everybody equal and give everybody the respect and make things fair, but then if you disclude a group of people, aren't you doing something against what you're saying you're intending to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, the group that the group that got the affirmative action shut down was a lot of Asian students. These kids work really, really hard, unhealthily, some of them, and they want to apply for these schools, and they're getting beat out, and a lot of them have better grades, and they're like, well, Asians are overrepresented to some of these institutions, so they're like, okay, let's bring some others, but that's discriminating towards people who are working hard to get those grades.
Right.
So I think that's how it kind of all broke apart with the affirmative action.
Yeah, it's weird to me. I think sometimes when you try to do, I think if this particular university in the UK is doing it because they're trying to target a group to have more diversity or whatever, right, at their campus, and that group that happens to be less serviced is white males, then it is what it is, right? Like because I think if this study says, we don't have a lot of Indian, brothers and sisters here, we don't have enough Puerto Ricans here, right? Then it's like, oh, okay, probably not as big of a deal, because I think society looks upon certain groups differently than white people. I think that's just a reality, right? So it's just weird to me. It's weird that we have to do that still in 2024. If anything, if people are less fortunate and broke and need help those people, regardless of where they come from, regardless of what they look like, right? Like if you need assistance to a higher education, you should get that regardless of your skin color, because there are millions of black and brown people that don't need it, so they shouldn't get it. And then there are a lot of white broke people in America and a lot of white broke people in the UK. So if you need it, you get it, right?
Yeah, I agree to that extent. You want equal opportunity, but not equal outcome, and that's a problem with a lot of the really far left agendas. They're trying to get it all equal, and we're forcing it. It's like, no, just provide the opportunity and see where everyone individually works, because some people work harder than others. A lot of Asian kids work really hard to get to those schools. So let's not stunt their growth. And also there's been studies that when you put a person in a school that you did the affirmative action, right? You put them in a school that they probably shouldn't be in, because they may struggle. But if they went to another school that's more aligned with their education, they could be thriving. They could have been valedictorian, but you put them in Yale, and now they're failing out of Yale. It's like, don't put them in places that they don't belong to.
Yeah, you're setting it's unrealistic maybe sometimes, just because you're trying to fill a number quota, you're trying to look good, right? You're trying to diversify, but you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I think I think universities should be a representation of America, and that is very multicultural. But you also, the second part of that is, you want to bring in people that want to be there and that deserve it. Because what happens, to your point, is you put somebody there and maybe they don't deserve it, regardless of what they look like or where they're from, and they got in for whatever reason, but they're not able to keep up. That's bad look on the university. And it's also can be very deterrent for the student, because it's like, damn, I'm failing, right? So it's weird. I think sometimes when we go too far trying to overcompensate for stuff that's happened or is happening, and it's not done with pure, like, when it's not done in a genuine way, it's going to catch up to you at some point.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess it's a case by case basis. This does not offend me. I'm sure you go on Facebook or TikTok and people are losing their shit. $400 a month. Listen, it's 1.7 people that's going to be able to get this.
Yeah,
it's fine with me. Whatever. I think, going back to you guys' point, It should be based on just need, regardless of race. But people we act like we are this place where there's all diversity. We still like to group each other. We like to group. We still we talk, black. We call Black Twitter or Black X now. You know what I mean? Like where there's certain cultures and they want to re-represent them and they want to they're proud of where they came from. So you got to figure that out as well. But
we're definitely there's definitely groups for everybody. I had a friend of mine send me something from Instagram, and there's a Puerto Rican side of Instagram I wasn't aware of, and there's all these videos, and apparently the person that created the Whopper from Burger King was a Puerto Rican dude. So he sends me this little clip about the history of the Whopper, some Boricua. I'm like, what? So there's all these little groups, and the Black Twitter you reference, I've never seen much on that, but that's a very popular thing, right? And people go there, and you have BET, Black Entertainment Television, right? You have all these Spanish novela channels that's all Hispanics, and only Hispanics watch that. There's all kinds of that. There's all
I'm a big fan of that. So it's been a minute since I went there because I do it myself. But when I used to go to get a shape up, I would go to the Dominican spot, and the stuff they watch on TV. It doesn't matter if it's a game show or some kind of drama. Some of these women, listen, guys, listen. They wear the right outfits.
Yes,
they don't play around. Everything
all
is
the people
very form fitting.
The news women in Latin America.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
ooh, bro.
I can't about the weather.
Anything to the imagination.
But they're professional. They do anything. But it's not different for them, right? Like that's like culture. They're not looking at it like, oh my goodness.
Like if that happened in America, if you turned on the daily news morning show and a woman was dressed in a skin tight dress, she would get dragged tomorrow all week long. You can't wear that. Why are you sexually? In Latin America, they don't give a fuck.
That's a culture. Yeah. It's so culture. I don't know if you notice. I don't know if you know this. Fox News. I don't know if they still do it. It's been a while since I watched a lot of this stuff, but the women anchors always wear skirts. They never wear pants. No pantsuits. I don't know if you ever noticed that. Anytime you see any kind of whether it's the outnumbered where it's like 4 women and 1 guy, and they talk about the news of the day, or anything with women, they always are showing their legs. That is on purpose because the guy who used to run Fox News, his name was Roger Ailes, and Ailes would tell them, or they knew that Ailes like to see women's legs, and they think they work. So you're sitting there, you're older dude, because most people who watch a lot of these news is old. You see some young thing, it's probably 20 years, you're junior or senior or whatever, with a little skirt. It's not even that much of a little skirt, but they always show their legs and they cross their legs or whatever.
Yeah.
So even Fox News was selling some kind of sexual thing. It was very understated.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised by that. I think that side wants it that way for different reasons. And if you probably turn on a more left-sided newscast, what you're going to see is going to be very different. Probably, I don't watch a lot of stuff anymore, but they're not probably dressing like that. And some, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not surprised that the one side would lean towards, the skirts, and the other side with more pantsuits. I mean, I could care less. But listen, if I see a beautiful woman on TV, I'll acknowledge she looks really nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think that's reality. I think it's okay. But I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Giggity says Hillary ruined the pantsuit. Who used to kill the pantsuit? It wasn't Hillary. It was Pat Summitt. She was like the iconic pantsuit.
She was a G, man. Yeah. Pat Summitt, sure, 100%.
Yeah. A big Carl with the facts here. Like women are the most sexiest. Of course, can't complain about that.
Yeah.
Them Fox ladies used to be looking fly.
Yeah, they got
Pedro is gonna watch the Fox News. He's a liberal.
A lot of blondes, and like they got the hairs like it looks like a helmet. It's so like hairsprayed and perfect, and the makeup.
That's news hair. Yeah, that's the standard news hair. Remember back in the day with that weird like helmet hair? Like how much spray is holding this hair up?
Crazy.
And it's interesting. Crazy. I don't see a lot of news people wearing dreads, which is weird. Like we haven't broke through that yet. Like you still have black women wearing the goofy wigs and the goofy weaves that don't fit properly, because also the people who they got for makeup and hair they don't do black people's hair. So you got probably a white person and you got some person with kinky hair. It's not going to work. So they got to go get the weave or the extensions and all that stuff. So I don't know why that came to my mind, but that like you want to have the ability to kind of wear what you're comfortable wearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Wait. This ain't just the legs. They always have open toes. Hey, nothing but silicone.
Listen, hold on. This reminds me of there's a movie, and it was based on a true story. I can't remember the news outlet. You guys saw me in the chat, but it was Margot Robbie played a role of a news anchor.
It's called Bombshell or something.
Yes, Bombshell.
I didn't watch it. Is it good?
I didn't either, but
no.
Nicole Kidman and somebody else is in it. But there's a scene where Margot Robbie. I've seen this on like somewhere or whatever, and Margot, the guy's like, "I want you to lift your skirt up," and he's like, she's lifting her skirt up, and he's being real creepy and shit, and so that, and I think that was probably a right wing,
So what the Bombshell was basically, Roger Ailes was sexually harassing his anchors. So that was
from Fox News.
Correct. That's Fox News.
Okay.
So him, and then Bill O'Reilly was, like everyone was just a creep, a big old creep over there. So there's a culture of that too. Yeah. So that's definitely what I'm talking about. So yeah, the fact that about the skirt, they want him to, show those legs. Yeah. Yeah. Pedro does over 100 push-ups every day. He doesn't have moves like other life coaches on this platform.
Yeah, listen, I ain't ready to take my shirt off. One day I'll do it for you. No, I'm not ready yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. All right. You're gonna look like you have a Bruce Lee look, like that lean, muscular look.
Lean muscle, baby. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know what?
All the steroids that you take and all that shit, I ain't doing.
Not steroids. It's HGH.
Same thing.
It's not the same. Steroids you give animals, I think.
If you're putting any kind of needles in your body and it's to enhance your body, that is a steroid.
Well, I don't want to shrink my goods though.
Well, is that what happens?
I can't afford it.
Yeah. Didn't we talk about this?
We talk all the time.
Remember we asked, like, would you want to be 2 inches taller or 2 inches? And I remember.
I think I don't know if Welty is in here. Welty was like, I'll take the height. I was like, well, excuse me, Mr. Big Swinging Dick over here. He's like, yeah, I can afford it because I want to play basketball. He's like, I'm too short. It's like, oh, Iverson was short. Muggsy Bogues was short. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't matter. I don't know.
Listen, I ain't going there.
But going back to the topic about trying to get minorities into, institutions like education. But let's go back to sports. We talked about this before. Baseball has been suffering from the lack of black, participation. For some reason, we're just not a lot of us doing it. For many reasons. I don't know. I think maybe it's just a little we're all too much ADHD. We don't have enough energy and time. Also, it's a money thing. It's probably a resources situation. Black kids kind of they grow up looking at basketball players and football players. Mm-hmm. And so I'm wondering, like, how can baseball get more people, like more black people to care? I don't know.
Man, I mean, they've done, the Little League World Series thing, and certain cities have really gone around that and rallied, and they've had these teams and cities and things. But I just feel like they don't have the they don't have the superstars. Back in the day, Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla and certain players and Darryl Strawberry and Doc Gooden and, Reggie Jackson, you could see a young boy could see himself on TV and be like, "Ooh!" And then he had Ken Griffey Jr., which was the coolest baseball player.
Yeah, he was the coolest person, though.
Yeah, cool as hell. Backwards hat. Everybody loved him, right? Bo Jackson played baseball. But then after that, the Latin America infusion took over, man. Right? So a lot of the big players were coming from Latin America, right? So I think they don't have. I think if you're a young black kid in America, you're looking up to the NFL and NBA because the superstar power is just more there. So, and it's quite frankly, it's easier for anybody, regardless of race, to pick up a basketball, okay, and literally practice by yourself.
Yeah, you're good to go. Basically, you have the game right there.
Yeah, it's difficult to do that by yourself. You can play catch and do some things and hit off a tee, but it's not that fun. Yeah. So a ball, you go to a park by yourself. Before you know it, maybe somebody else shows up. You got a game going on. So, I just think it's way different sports. It's a lot easier to play this. And with the football, I just think it's so popular. Kids want to play.
And football's expensive, too. And they still figure it out. It's a very expensive sport to participate in. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. I just feel like a lot of athletes, the athletes who are in the NFL and NBA, or the ones who are barely making it or don't make it, they went to there where they could have probably excelled in baseball. You know what I mean? Like they never even gave that a shot.
Sure, but I mean, they could. Do I think there's some professional athletes that could also play baseball? Maybe, but hitting a baseball is something you don't just pick up. You got to do that mostly at a young age.
Right, exactly.
To hit
It's not like they come off the street, but I'm saying in
yeah,
terms of like, instead of saying, play basketball, hey, play some baseball first. Like, let's try that out.
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of kids play baseball. It's something to do, kind of like soccer in America. But once you get a little bit older, it's not as cool, and you want to play.
Yeah.
You want to play ball or do something else, right? So that's how I look at it. To hit a baseball is one of the most difficult things to do in sports. So
yeah, that's what Deion Sanders asked. What's harder, baseball, football? He said baseball.
Oh
yeah, baseball's more difficult. So
it is.
Yeah. Big Carl says, "Give me 2 inches down there. I wouldn't care if I'm 5'6". Yeah, makes sense. I mean, 5'6" is kind of short though, but
5'6". I mean, that's a short king, I guess. Though 5'6".
Yeah, but you're walking around with a big old whatever. You're gonna have to demonstrate that when you're around. Yeah, because they're gonna look at you and already disqualify you because of your height. So you have to demonstrate that you have a big dingling. I don't know how.
Women be tripping, man. Like some of these women out here, they want that tall man, 6 figures, but like they coming in, weighing 250 at 4'11", So it's like some of these chicks are just, I don't know, it's weird. The height thing has always been weird to me, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be like a biological, like in terms of just you think a taller person can protect you or something like that. I have no idea.
No, I think there's something to that. I don't think you're wrong. But I think if you're a short dude with a lot of money, it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you're 5'5", 5'6", and you're an average dude, it ain't gonna be easy for you to date. It's just not.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on a second. No, I'm still coughing over here. I'm gonna pick up my Bears shirt. I'm about to order that soon. So maybe I'll have that by Monday, but not have it by Wednesday.
Ooh, okay.
Put that on.
Okay.
I can't believe the Giants
it's real nice if the Bears win on Sunday, and you gotta wear that because I'm gonna be hot. If the Bears beat the Packers on Sunday, I'm coming in Monday's show with a lot of energy. I'm gonna talk a lot of shit, so just be ready. Just be ready for
you ain't scared of Jordan Love, right?
Nah, man. Nah, I'm not scared of Jordan Love. Justin Fields is playing crazy right now, man. Have you seen what he's been doing? He's balling.
Yeah.
And
let me see the betting lines of the Bears-Packers game.
Oh, the Packers are going to be favored, but I would say before you say it, I'm going to guess. So it's in Green Bay. They're playing for a playoff spot. They're they're in. Chicago's playing good. I think they're going to be favored by 2.5.
Let me see. Right off. That's it.
Yeah.
-3.
Oh, 2. I said 2.5. It's pretty damn close. But that's what. So, but when you're at home, you usually get 2 to 3 points automatically. So it's a pretty much calling. That's going to be a pretty close game, and I agree. I expect the Bears to win, though. I do.
And apparently the Packers were in a similar position last year. They were facing the Lions team who had nothing to play for, a win away from clinching a playoff spot for themselves. They were favored and at home, and they lost the game.
Lost. Yep.
Yep.
So I think I could see that being a storyline of us winning. We'll be 8-9. I think that puts the Packers also at 8-9. So we'd end with identical records, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know. This year for the Bears has been weird, but if we can win, that's going to go on.
Nothing matters. No matter whatever happened in the beginning. If they're able to pull it out, no one remembers. Like, the Bears went to the that would be one of the biggest surprises of this season. NFL season, the Bears made the playoffs. Oh, again, like you said, you had big hopes. You had big hopes, but
I did. I thought we were going to win 10 games. Okay. And we lost a game to the Lions when we were up 13 points in the fourth quarter with like 3 or 4 minutes to go. And we lost to the Broncos when we were winning in the fourth quarter. We gave away 2 games that we should have won. Yeah. So you put those 2 W's there. We're playing for the playoffs tomorrow or on Sunday. So it's been that kind of year, but it is what it is. I'm excited to see that they didn't, after about 6 weeks in, people were down on the Bears. They're going
to implode. Yeah.
That's really changed in the last month. So I'm just happy to see that. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I'm gonna end this in a few because I'm coughing my head off here. But good news, the Knicks beat the Bulls by 16 points. The game is ending right now. Um, any thoughts on that one?
No, Bulls
Okay.
suck, man.
Bulls.
Bulls
Yeah,
suck. Yeah.
they're 15 and 21. But the next thing, I mean, they're eighth. They're 19 and 15. But
Yeah.
the trade helped a little. I don't think it'll do anything more to do like what they're. I don't know if what they're trying to do. Can't beat any of the
I mean,
top teams.
do you think that trade makes him more a different seed in the playoffs? I don't. It doesn't. It doesn't catapult them to a high.
Not really. I mean, I guess the RJ Barrett experiment just didn't work. But Quickly was actually a pretty good player they gave away. So I feel like it's more a little better, but not enough to really care or think that something's going to happen. So we'll see next couple of weeks or whatever, because this is where the NBA season really picks up. So
Yeah.
But guys, you're lucky I even showed up. But again, professionalism is what I care about. You know what I'm saying?
We need to give a big round of applause to my man Hannibal, because he ain't feeling well, but he's here for y'all and the show. Appreciate that, brother. Get well, man. Drink some honey tea or something like that. Get that.
Yeah, I got the Theraflu going on. This is probably the worst day, but tomorrow I'll probably be good. But guys, don't worry. On Monday you'll see my big ugly face live in person. Well, hopefully. But on that note, guys, appreciate you guys for coming through. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.